Hello, and welcome to this session of Quantum Field Journeys. In this particular session, I decided to work with the client directly and specifically in regards to her twin flame union. She had been experiencing some flare ups in the physical realms with the twin over the last few months, and so I wanted to go in and look at this specifically and ask the field to show us what would best assist her in order to help resolve. And so, as we know, rarely when we ask for specific things do we receive it in the way that we expect. And so, it was really quite incredible to see the level of peace and resolve that came through for her in regards to her union. And it came through really not in the way that might have been expected in terms of having to maybe take specific steps or do specific things, but it was, of course, the light that came in to reorder for her. So it's fascinating to look at how she felt before the session. And really, her greatest what she mentioned was just this fear of separating out from the twin, that she knew that things were not being resolved. She knew that progress was not being made in the physical. And yet, I think this is so common for all of us on this journey. It is the fear of being separated from the twin that stops us from doing what it is we know that we need to do. And so this was really the only comment she made in regards to her union. And so towards the end, it's really quite beautiful to see her come to a place of peace. And it wasn't even painful. It was really just the light coming in to reorder and to progress, obviously, the adjustments through her field that were required, but that it was relatively painless for the human to experience this and to go through this passage in her own field. So this is the level of light transference that we are coming into. And even though we say transference as if it takes time, it is almost directly applied at this level. The shifts in the human that we are able to feel from the application of the light through the field are quite phenomenal at this range. So this is really exciting. It's an exciting time to be working within the light fields and to witness and to assist with these shifts. So the other aspect of this session that was interesting to note is that at the end, there was information that came in for her in order to help her shift her understanding and her perspective of what the divine masculine provides on this journey. And what was fascinating was that we started to see the divine masculine energy within the pillar gates of these shifts. And so it was as if he was standing within these pillars of the gate structure in order to call her forward, in order to call her to those positions in front of the gates. And so what this means is that, yes, in the physical, we feel like they are thwarting us and they are causing more damage than perhaps benefit at times. And yet we see through the energetic fields that what they are really doing is calling our awareness to the places that we need to reorder through. And they are like a beacon. They are this calling card that directs our energy and our focus to a specific place within our field. And then we find that this is exactly where we need to be, that where we arrive is where they are. And so, yes, we have to drop them out through the human ranges quite often and quite repeatedly in order to move through these passages. But then we find on the other side, and what was shown through her session was that there was this new version of divine masculine energy that was much more peaceful and much more calming to be within. And so she was able to have this energy redefined for her, so that now when she goes back to her life, now that when she goes back to the physical, she is able to remember that energy that presented through the session, and she's able to compare and contrast and say, okay, this is not of true source order. This is not the divine masculine that I know to be of source light. And so she's able then to navigate and move more adeptly through her daily life in order to accomplish what she needs to do to move her life forward, to move her situation forward. So quite fascinating to see this play out through the energy field, to see the awarenesses that were brought forward and the instructions really through these awarenesses that she can take with her now into her life. So I hope if you are struggling with your union in any way, or also feeling this fear of separation, which is so prevalent, which is, so deep seated within these unions, that you listen to this and find some peace and resolve for yourself as well. Thank you, as always, for joining in. Much love and many blessings. Starting to release out from these ingrained patterns, these ingrained movements through these dynamics of the form. Continuing to breathe in and out. Good. Oshono okoshoshaya chahakaya koya achayana hokoya. So I just want to check in with you here to see what you're feeling. If you're feeling anything through your body.
My legs are tingling.
Your legs are tingling. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
So let's continue to move forward, to advance through the sequencing. Hoto oshoya hakai no hoya. As we open through doshoshi, the heart gate, as we open through the star portals, doshoshi, for your specific alignment, onokoshoya, anokoshoya. As we open through the emerald and through the library, sotoshoya, continuing to gather and to build through the field, onokosho, building the awareness. Good. Releasing out of the mind states. And just allowing to drop into the heart, the knowing through the heart gate. Ooh, very good. Doshoshoya. So we just come now in through the heart. Nokoya. Nakoya ahachoe kachai ikionohoya. Releasing out any locks and seals at this vantage point. Anoko, anako, anako, shoko. And we open in to union. Do shoshiki achoya. Do shoshiki achoyana haki ato oshoyakana. And I would like for just a moment, if we could just imagine that from this vantage point, way up high, Odoshoshi, it's as if we open a window into your space of union. Doshoshiki ayokoya. Let's first come into union with the self, Onohokoshoya. So as we feel in to the source light through the heart, Nokoshoshiyataya. For it's important here to come into this alignment, to feel this in through the body, in through the form. Doshono okochi. Doshono okochi shi akoya chahana oya. Good. Just continuing to clear and release out through the heart, through the back of the mind, through the lower ranges of density. Good. Okay, doshoshi kyo. And as you breathe in here, just noticing how you're feeling.
Good. Relaxed.
Good.
Strength keeps running through my mind for some
Yes,
reason.
yes. And it should, because you're connecting in with the source, right? So this is building your alignment. This is building your, what we would call toshoshi, not so much independence, but this is the independence or the sovereignty of the individual light field, otohoshi. So the strength, the ability, the groundedness through the field, otohoshoya. So this is good. So continuing to connect in through this energy. Good. Allowing this to build. Otoshoshono hokoya. So let's just start to come into the headspace. Otosha, as I start to feel, we're going to allow for this through the heart, continuing to build the light, continuing to build your angelic presence through the light. Otoshoshiya. Let's just start to come into the mind, into the headspace here. So we're holding strongly through the heart. And this is an energy that I want you to come back to as you start to feel. When we start to go into the mind, we can start to feel that confusion, especially when we start to think about the other. So to notice through the mind how it starts to get a little bit cloudy and confused when we start to go there. But as you feel that, to drop back into this heart space and to find that strength and that feeling of strength that's building. So we continue to apply through the heart into the mind. So it is almost as if we have this coordination running, this relay running. We check in with the head. We feel it starting to spin a little bit, to get a little bit wobbly. We come back into the heart. It's applying this application through the heart into the mind. Hoya achahi shi akoyana ikichi. Good. So let's just start to doshoshi. We're going to open through the horizontal planes into the gates through the mind. As we start to do this, we feel the heart building to support onokoshoya. Coming up into the throat, onohoya. Building through the wingspan, through the back of the heart, nokoshoshaya. And how are you feeling this here?
At first, I didn't want to leave my heart space
Mm-hmm.
and move up into the mind, but it slowly, I could feel it even out, like my heart was feeding my mind.
Mm-hmm. Balancing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good, good. Yeah, that is a scary space to be in, doshoshi, because we feel the disconnection and that we're losing the control through the field. And yet we see almost as if this is a system of mechanics through the form that we can start to apply to even our everyday lives. So we drop into the heart, we check in with the heart, and we apply through the mind. Good. So allowing that plane to expand through the horizon. As we come back into the heart now, Toshohokoya, to clear through the vision, to clear through the eyes, to begin to see clearly what is in front of us. Onohoshosho okoya. Okay, so if we can ask the field now to show what it is that you need to figure out here. Nokoshosho akai no hoya. Good. So just opening to the sequencing, clearing through the base, through the womb, through the belly. Dosho shoya hana okoya. So also noticing through the body now. It's as if we have these three major planes through the head, through the heart, and through the belly or the womb space. Oto shoya. Jishi akoya. That create these major platforms of communication. Through the form, connecting into the light field. Good. So let's come back into heart. And it's as if you almost got lost for a moment there. Dosho hokoya. Did you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So good. As soon as you feel that, then whew, now do you feel connected into the heart again?
Yep.
Okay, good. So just noticing exactly that is you, right? Taking that control, coming into it's as almost as if we're aligning you into the mechanics of how your field works, your field controls. So you can do exactly this. Otohoshaya. Good. Connecting into the heart. Good. So now we're going to build, just as we did with the mind, we're going to build the connection through the base. And this base, otoshoshoya hana akaya, as they're showing, this is the base of your union. This is the base into the earth. Onohokoyachi. We're just going to release out of these twin dynamics too. Let's not think of union only in terms of the other. Doshoshu, we're focusing on union of self first as primary. Koshoshoya, primarily through the self. And then just as we built through the mind, we can build out beyond the self. But just for this moment, good. Let's come back into the heart again. Feeling that connection. Good. And now let's start. We don't need to move there yet, but it's almost as if you're just going to look down and you're like, okay, this is my base. This is my base. Feeling into your base. Feeling into the belly. Doshoshoya hana okoya. It's almost as if when we do this, there is this, I would say there's even more of a disconnect here. Do you feel that?
I feel anxiety in my
Yeah.
belly.
There's a lot of like confusion, like, where is my base? I don't even know. I'm not sure about that thing down there. Like, as I looked
Mm-hmm.
at, it's almost like looking down at my belly and I'm like, I don't know how to connect to this. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how
My
to do
gut.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't.
Okay. But for you here through this is representing into the earth, right? This is okay. I understand through my heart. I understand energy. I understand the ethers. It makes, even though through the maybe the mind or the human, we're not totally feeling like we have it all down pat, but our body understands that connection. Our field understands that connection. What it doesn't understand necessarily is getting into this earth. And
Mm-hmm.
so noticing that this is happening on many levels, right? This is also the angelic energies that are coming in. We've never done this in this way before, having to bring these energies into the earth so fully. And so, I want to say so compactly, where our light field is so aware of itself. It's always been held outside. So this is natural. I would say this is normal for you to feel this way. So we're just going to build on the hosho. It's like taking the building blocks and applying the connections. Oto hosho shiki achaya. Good. So it's as if we just have to take a lesson or a class that we haven't taken before. It's not about, oh my God, I'm messing this up. I don't know how to do it. It's just that the field has never known how to do it yet. So it's like opening through and to this primer, no kosha. Good. So just knowing there's no shame, there's no guilt here. Doshoshi, we are just training the light field to do what it needs to do, Otoshoya, to continue to move forward on the Hokoya. Okay, good. So, no Koshashikia. Good. Good. See that you are familiar with that, you know Koshana Ikiatroya. And to recognize also this is your heart gate. As you feel into this here, into this space, we come in through the gold. And now we start to see the pink tones through the magenta. Okay, so let's focus. It's almost as if we can think of these color tones. We can think of the gold and the magenta being within the heart, and we're just going to allow it to start to drop down in to the belly, into the womb space, to allow it to build this connection. So our focus can maintain within the heart. So we can focus on the heart and allow these color tones to build. It will build the bridging and the referencing for you, so that you can maintain connection to your heart and you don't have to worry about getting lost. Or they say about even getting stolen. So it's almost as if there is this anxiety and fear through the field about getting split out, about having interference come into the field. Yes, so through the mind. And I'm not sure if this is something you're even aware of, but it's almost as if the field is saying, if I go into the earth, that's where I come into I'm not sure about my connections in through the earth. It feels like things start to seep out and then I lose myself. Is this something you experience in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because the mind, I start to feel a lot of pressure through the mind. So let's come in also to stabilize and build through the field as we do this. It's as if we can imagine a container or a chamber that is surrounding you, surrounding your field, of the angelic energies. And it's containment. So it's sealing your field, buffering your field. And as this is coming in to seal, it is, okay, this is really good. So through the center core of your body, of your field, it is as if you are, I would say, staking out your claim, within the earth. And just noticing all of the references that come up with that as well, But I see this, I would say it's the primordial energy, the primordial black that comes in. It's this channel. So it does start to look just like this pole, this connection into the earth, this spire, but it connects directly up to source, right? So there's no infiltration. Even if you could imagine this, it's impenetrable, no koshohoya, as it comes into the earth and connects into the earth core, so that this provides what I would call a guideline for your field to descend into the earth planes, otohoshoshi. And as it does this, otosha, through the chamber, it seals and locks out. Nohokoshoshiki achi. And I feel this is very galactic. I get these very kind of like Star Wars or Star Trek, like you can feel it lock in. It's as if the seal opens up and releases, so that it creates this it's like what we would call a vacuum seal, right? Like, so nothing can get in or out, doshoshiya, through your feet. So let's just start to run the sequence as we allow for the gold and the magenta to, we would even say it comes around this black spire, doshoshi, the primordial tones, oshoshiki, to begin to combine ono okoshoshi. So this is it's like your field is testing, your field is getting to know, your field is starting to incorporate itself into the primordial to come into the earth. Onoko shoshi. Good. Let's come back into the heart. Good. And so now I just want to check in to see where you're feeling, how you're feeling this.
It's weird. Well, in my heart,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I just get the golden magenta tones running in
Good.
circles around my heart.
Good. Right. Creating the spiral. So
And
let's,
they're trying to go into my belly,
okay. And how is that
like,
working?
and to balance that out.
Mm-hmm.
It's working.
Okay. Good. And so do you feel that you're still above the earth though, or do you feel that you've kind of moved into
No,
it?
I've moved back to the earth,
Okay. Good. And so
but I
how
have this vision of like this heavenly light coming down into my belly.
perfect. Doshoshiki. So just allow, and does the light have any particular color?
It's just yellow angelic light. They're
Good.
shooting it down at me.
Uh-huh. Good. Doshoshiki achoya. Dashoshiki achoya. Go ochoya. So let's come in to the human. Doshoshiki achoya chaya o. Because there is otoya. We need to build through this connection as well here. Doshoshiki anaya. It's almost as if the human says, well, I don't feel I deserve this. I don't feel this is my placement. Is that true?
Yes, I feel like, oh, I don't want to go into the human.
Mm-hmm.
The human's clueless.
Yeah, and there's a lot of sadness that comes up with this. There's a lot of doshashi. Maybe you have the wrong human feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So good. So through doshashi, the strength of this connection that's coming in for you. Okay, good. Nashashi. Let's start. We'll just speak into the human, speaking into this mind. Onohoko. Good. I start to see you holding up this brilliant oto. If I could say a fractal field, otoshoshi, but the way that I'm seeing it, it's this beautiful sphere, otoshoshi. If you could imagine a stained glass window, right? It has that feeling to it, but it's a sphere, doshoshi, of all of these components that you're holding above. It's almost as if your field is holding that. So now I'm starting to see your light field, right? Holding this into your human mind. Onohokoshoshi. And it's as if we're saying, okay, mind, it's time to transfer into this realm. Doshoshi. Good. So to build your channels, to build your connections, doshoshi, this is who you are. And it's not the other way around. Oh no, hokoya. Yes, we came into form, we came in through our unknowing, atahoshoshi. And yet this was always the intention. Doshoshi ki achaya, ajana hoko, jana hoko ochaya hakaya. This was always the intention, was that we would be relieved out of these human dynamics, doshashi. And I want to use the word overtake, right? But not in the negative sense, but that we are progressing the human form to run as the light on the hosha. So you can almost see it as if, okay, the light field came into the body. I don't know why they keep saying like the body snatchers, right? Like, but they're laughing about it. Like, yes, all those things are essentially true, but this is the light, and this was the purpose of the hoshaya, to come in through the form of the, so it's almost as if we have to reverse our thought process, right? That we are the light. Yes, we came in through human form, but now it is time for the human to update to the light, time for the human to take the direction from the light rather than the other way around. Because this was always the intention. Just allowing here for these channels to build. Gashono okochi shi akoya. Shi akoya. Shi akoya. Good. No, cool. Yeah, yeah. As you are coming into your galactic resonance, so I see through the mind, it's as if the mind opens up through these channels. Your mind becomes this flower, and for me, the flower is always the symbol of the galactic connection because it's these receivers. Good. And how are you feeling here?
Weird.
Yeah. No, Shashi. Yeah.
It's like I had to talk my human into joining the light.
Yeah, but you're
Like I
doing
had to watch myself fall into my body, and mingle with the light.
Yes, yes, exactly. Mohoshoya, akai, koshoya. And so we see also, right? So it's like you've been doing a lot of work, you've been doing a lot of doshoshi. We build through the energies, ohochoya, and then yet we still see that a lot of this is on what we would call the timeline, in the sense that until the field is ready, until the energies coming in are ready, and of course through the assistance that's coming in now through the atmosphere, doshoshaya, it's like the human says, well, why couldn't I do this before? Why was I having so much resistance before to this? Doshoshiki anohoya. And it's simply that the energies had to be prepped and prepared in order for this to occur through the field. So again, it's stopping this beating oneself up. Otohoshoshiki. But you see, though, how easy it was for you to just say, okay, it's time to do this. So your field is making all of these connections through the human as well. It's like, is this really true? Is it really this easy? Yes, it really is this easy. And why has it been so difficult? Well, because the gates of all the seals, and this is the brilliance of what is now occurring, the miracles that are coming into the earth, into the horizons, to assist this with occurring. So even though we've been on this journey for how many years now, we feel like we've been thwarted. We feel like it's been so difficult. And yet, now we see the light is truly here. And so there is this feeling through the human as well. It's like if you were to open the doors into this beautiful church and it was just filled with pure light, and you're like, oh my God, it really is true. Yes, so Doshashi, how are you feeling here?
I got a sense of peace when I saw the light.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, yes, why couldn't I combine my human and light before? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little bit unbelievable for the mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the fear of, oh, is this going to go away? Because I've had the sense that this should have happened before. I've had the desire all along.
Mm-hmm.
And those are, so we're holding here, right? We're allowing this light to build. So I'm just going to speak into the mind again, because I feel it through the left side of your mind saying like, well, once I leave this session, like,
Yes, I was thinking that.
oh
I'm
man.
like, how am I going to do this little page again?
Yeah. Totally. But this is the light. And this is what we've been saying is like, the light is here now. The light is here now. The light is here now. Doshoshi. And so even if we have to go back and say, okay, now we run the almost reconnaissance through the field, right? So we hold in through this light. We're building in through this strength. We're allowing all of this to continue to build as we talk. But we'll just go back and say, right, so through the field, otoshoshi ki ano hoya. And when I say this, it's like the past human experience of what has been, okay, concentrate hard enough, set your intentions. You have to really, really believe. You have to really believe. You have to really want it. And then you'll get it, right? It's like, I'm just calling to mind like these ideas of the secret or this manifestation, right? How do you manifest in your life? Well, the humans are told all these crazy things, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you have to just have the willpower and the strength to do this. Good. Let's come back into heart. Dosho Hokoya. Good. Finding that connection, continuing to build. Dosho Hokoya. So we're just refining the field, right? Coming back into heart. The human starts to say, hold on, da 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 da. It starts to split out a little bit. We come back in, right? This is refining. So do you feel this? What the
Mm-hmm.
body is doing? Okay, good. You are fantastic at this. Like, I just have to say, this is amazing. Really amazing. Really good. Okay, good. Good. Oh my goodness. Feeling that lock in now. Into the earth as well. So, yes, through the mind now. So, this is where we need to go to start to address. And we're going to start to step back to allow you to begin to connect in and allow you to start to run this show. Because you do have this. And if we can just drop out all of the past, like why couldn't it? Why didn't it? Da 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 da. Yes, that will come up, right? But to know the light was just not, we were just not able to access it until this point. And that's the short and simple of it. Doho shoshiki achoya. So every time you start to come into that confusion or that space of questioning, of wanting to just kind of jump out of your skin, it's like, come back to the heart. Know that you are held. Know that you are being delivered. You have been delivered into your field, into your body. Yes, you have. Good. Connecting into the magenta and into the gold. So anytime you start to feel it's as if the mind gets curious and it starts, so we're going to build through the mind channels. I see this is where you're struggling the most. So again, I know you've seen the gold and the magenta now, which is wonderful. So you can always come into that if you sit with your own field and you say open into your heart, into the gold and into the magenta. Okay, good. So feeling the strength. And now I just want you to see and to feel into your body. Just start to express what is coming up for you. So we'll start to clear through this and start to strengthen the places where you start to feel split out. Okay, good. So what starts to come up for you now?
I feel like insecurity is what is holding me back.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I need to let that go.
Okay, doshoshi. So let's ask the field to start to show you. Do you feel this any particular place in your body?
It's deep in my gut.
Okay.
I don't know. My feet.
Okay, good. Doshosho no okoya. So let's come in to clear through the feet, oshoshokoya. Just releasing out residual energies, otohoshoishi. I also would like to come in to the mind, otohoshi. I feel a lot of pressure through the head, and I almost feel as if, see if this fits for you, but I feel as if there is an outside pressure through the mind, and uh, it makes you, it's almost as if I feel this hand. It's like, don't think for yourself, don't think outside of yourself. And it almost starts to, I would say, push you. It like implodes the energy, because as you're trying to start to expand, it's as if you can't, there's a lot of pain and pressure through the mind. And it's like you come back in, you're like, yes, I know, but you're not able to expand beyond that out into, I would say, your atmosphere. It's as if you hold this knowing with you do know, right? And you know that you know. And then, and we can almost start to even see the correlation with what you were speaking of earlier. Like, I don't do it. I don't know how. So let's just start to take a look through, and I start to feel this through the back of the neck on the left side and into the back of the head. Do you feel this at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Yep. And then there goes the belly, like, oh shit. Okay. Okay, so let's just ask. So good. So you have this. You're feeling into this. So let's ask, what is here? What is causing this anxiety? What is causing this block through the human and through the field? Dosha, acha, okay, good. I feel doshashi. It's as if when we ask, it's like I feel like my head just gets slammed right against this wall. Dosha hoya. It's like no matter how much weight or power I try to put behind my body to push it, like I just feel locked. Do you have a sense of this on the
Mm-hmm.
right side? Okay. And so let's start, and it's almost as if I'm looking at this out of the side of my eye. I can see forward, I can see to my right, I can see above me, but then if I turn, like the left side is just totally obstructed. So let's see if we can start to pivot so that we can see so that we move, so that this, whatever this wall is, what feels like it's just locking us out, is in front of us now. And so how do you feel to do this?
I feel like I want to find what's in my belly
Okay.
that it won't match with my head.
Okay. Yes. So within the
Like,
base,
what's the problem here? What's
right.
causing me to not correlate these two things?
Very good. Excellent question. So we come into the base and we want to see where we are being blocked. What is the link up that is required to move beyond the mind? I want to say escape from the mind, but to expand through the mind to the beyond, because that's what it feels like. You want to get beyond this, because it almost feels like a cap through the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Okay. So, and you have a sense of this energy on the left side of your body, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, do you feel that you want to pivot your body to turn and face this energy, or do you
Yes, I
want
feel
to?
like I have
Okay.
to turn to the side so I can see what's going on in my belly.
Okay. And so, shoko ochoya. So let's do that now, and tell me when you feel that you are facing this energy.
I feel like when I turn to the side, something lights up,
Okay.
like it's an X-ray, and I'm
Okay.
trying to find the problem.
Okay. Loshoshi. And so how do you start to experience this x-ray? Is it taking an x-ray of your body?
Of like what's in my belly and Like, where's the anxiety coming from in there?
Mm-hmm. Loshashiki ano hukoya
But
dachi.
my mind does feel closed out. Like, I can't make, my
Yeah.
mind doesn't want to cooperate with everything else.
No, that's perfect. Otoshoshoya. Okay, so, and it's almost as if otoshoshi, I still feel this is like, I can't see what's going on here. So I wonder if rather than pivoting the body, otoshoshi, let's just, if we focus on the feet and how we're connected into this platform within the earth, and seeing that as a circle, this platform that can pivot doshoshohya, within the earth. So we can either pivot our platform, or we can ask the earth, we can stay in our position and ask the earth to rotate, to coordinate through these planes, okoshoshi. And I feel there's a bit of both that needs to occur. So it's like these two spheres that are moving within, right? So if we imagine our body is actually like a planetary magnetosphere system that pivots and rotates within the earth as well. Does this
Mm-hmm.
make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Loshoshi. So it's as if we're going to pivot both at the same time, and it locks in through the mind into this coordinate. Loshoshi. Loshashiki aya. Good. Otoshoshi. And how are you feeling here now?
I feel like I can't find the pivot to my mind. Like,
Right.
it won't stop where my mind is.
Good. Otoshoshi. Exactly.
It
So,
just keeps moving.
okay, good. Let's drop into the heart space now. Doshoshiki ano hocho oya. And Oshono Hokoya. Hoshona Okoya. Doshoshi. What I would like you to do now is, if you can, allow your field to sit in this position, and it's as if we're going to take a different perspective. Doshoshi. Doshoshiki achoya. So if you could imagine yourself up at source, Doshoshi, and you don't even have to stay at the center, no kusho, but you can rise up in to the stars, into the night sky, Otosho, and you can look down now at what is occurring. So you can see this placement, you can see this platform that you're standing on, or at least you have a sense of this, right? Even if you can't see totally clearly. Dosho Hokoya. Good. No. And so, what do you have a sense now of above your head, Ochohoya?
I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm in the up high looking down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay. Losho shiki
It's
acho.
stuck.
Yeah. Losho hokoya. So, as I see, it's as if there is this. Losho shi. I start to see the outline of these. I would just call them cross members, right? So, through your field, it's as if there is this vertical pole coming down, and then there's this horizontal beam,
Mm-hmm.
doshoshi, that's almost keeping it locked in place. So if we could even say like a door that has, those old fashioned, they would put the beam in place to kind of lock the door. It would
Mm-hmm.
come into place. Otohusha. Do you have a sense of this now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we can lift this horizontal member, good. As we do that, this vertical, well, they're calling it a vertical sphere. Kosho shoku dosho iki tai hoya. To lift out, it's like a marker through the field. Okay, good. Ochoya. And now let's pivot through the human mind, Otoshoya. And just again, releasing out of how come I couldn't, why couldn't I, all these things that the brain is like, okay, but I have to understand why Why? Why not then and why now? So coming back into the heart now. So here, it's as if you have come into this gate, that this, how are you feeling here? I just want to check in first and see.
Good now.
Better.
Good.
Good. Okay. Okay. So let me go back now and explain what
When
you.
I come back to the heart, I feel relieved, like I'm
Okay.
safe.
So let me just explain what occurred now. Doshoshiki Achoya. Because this human is like, I gotta know. Like, why? So Doshoshi, as I'm looking at this, right, and we're feeling this resistance, like I can't see what's going on. I feel like it's an x-ray, it's looking for something, and I can't get beyond this though. Through the mind, Otoshoya, and then my belly starts to feel all anxious. Doshohi Akaya. So you've been brought to the space where you needed to meet this marker within the field, Oshokoya. So this, if we could say the anxiety and the resistance through the field is knowing it needs to be at this point in time, but the human is like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm feeling this anxiety. And yet the anxiety is what is really pulling you towards this space because it's making you take notice of something within your field, right? So this is where the body, we start to see the body and the light field working together. So it's almost as if you're working on two different levels and the human is like, I don't get it because I feel confused and I feel like I'm not understanding and I'm feeling like something is not right. And yet that is pulling, it's like the field is coming to meet this marker, this gate that needed to be arrived at, because this is really what this is, right? This is this gate that you had to come into. We had to open up the seal to release out, and now you are opened into this passage. Okay, but just for you to know, to kind of, now again, we do like this reconnaissance, which is like, okay, these are the things I was feeling. And I was just thinking that I was wrong. I wasn't getting it. I wasn't understanding. I'm feeling nervous. There's something that I have to find. Right? So the human is going through this like story. And yet underlying that is what's happening actually in the light field. So it's like you had to come into this space and time marker right here and right now within your field to meet at this gate here. Good. So let's release out of the back of the head any impingement through the mind in relation to again, it's these cross members that keep continuing to come up. So it is this kind of crucifixion energy or this we see it through the Egyptian energies as well, kind of these the curses, right, that are placed upon Oshohoya, that were placed against or upon the star seeds, right, to work against them. Doshashiki Achoya Nahakai. So all these levels of these cross members and these crucifixion energies, which actually when we start to see is like, it is the calling card to a gate. It's what calls you to a gate. And yet they use this form of architecture against our field. Okay, so there's a lot that's happening here. And I understand if you're like, oh my God. But doshashikiya, it's all coming into your field. The awareness is coming into your field. So we've recorded this. You can listen to this again. And I know that you will gain deeper and deeper understanding of it.
Mm-hmm.
Doshashiki achoya. But just to know that the oftentimes this resistance that we feel through the field, right? It's like we think that's a bad thing and it's really not, because it's calling us to where we need to be. So that we have arrived. Okay, good. That feels much better through the mind now. And how are we feeling through the mind now?
Kind of relieved.
Okay, good. Yes. So that was a lot of release out through the mind. So let's move into this instance now. As you have opened up this gate, I keep wanting to look up into the sky off to the left here. So I feel this is for you to find your portal through the stars to find your connection. Are you sensing this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
I feel like I'm going to have to find out what's through this gate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now just notice that anxiety is no longer within the belly.
Mm-hmm.
It's as if it almost came into the heart, right? So now you're coming in. It's like you've transferred through that plane, through your base into your heart space. It's like reestablishing the proper order of how the body is to process all of this through the light field, so that the heart runs as the primary. The heart runs the questioning, right? Like, what's going on here? So that we're not pulled out into the belly where we start to say, oh my God, this is anxiety. Now it comes into the heart where we're comfortable questioning it. We're comfortable because this is where our knowing comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like reclaiming even through the body where these energies would get split out. Okay, good. Good. Let's come into the heart through Doshoshi, the lotus flower, through the lotus gate of knowing, Goshoshiki Achaya. As you also start to open through your libraries to start to build your knowing into the body. Good. So just allowing this to flow. Good. And as you do this, we see even above this now, Dosho, through this gate, through this portal, Dosho Shiki. We'll just start to ask that this come closer, Shokoya, so that you can begin to move through Shokoya. And just describe what you start to feel, what you start to experience.
I feel like I have to use my heart and my belly to get into this gate.
Mm-hmm. But are you experiencing the same type of anxiety through the belly?
No, not this time.
Good. Yeah, perfect. So you've realigned through the body. Good. And yes, the belly is the, if we could say, the driver. And in the past, we would say this was like part of the chakras, right? So like the sacral, which was like the willpower and the strength and all this kind of stuff. But we're realigning through that as well to know that this area within the body, this base, this womb, is also the base of union, right? So it is the driver. So it is the willpower, but it's a different understanding of willpower because it's driven by the heart and the heart knowing. Okay. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So there's a little bit of nausea that comes into you, like, oh my God, this is totally rewriting
Mm-hmm.
my programs.
Yes.
Okay, good. Good.
Like I
Continue.
feel like this is what I've had to do all this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I never did.
No, it's not that you didn't. It's that it just wasn't available, let's say, through the
Okay.
field of the Hoshoya. Yeah, good. Oh, goodness. Whew. Just dropping out that nausea. Doshoshiki Achoya. Releasing out. Good. Good. Okay, so continuing to move forward now. Doshoshi. As you say, it was the heart and the belly. Okay, what are you starting to experience here?
I feel like I got to get to the bottom of what's through this gate. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but where do I start?
Right, so let's come into the heart. Nokochaya. If we could even say this gate is like being put through Doshoshi Kiyaya, it's really squeezing out all of this. We're dropping out of these emotional natures. We're dropping out of all that has been in the past. As we align to source, so we see this sphere of source light that starts to come in through the mind. Okay, we're just going to start to open through the heart gate to assist you through Kora Ochana Akachi. And Doshoshi. So, and we just want to ask here, Dosho, are you able to release out of everything that you have known to see what is on the other side?
Yes, that's what I feel like.
Okay.
Like I feel like what's behind this gate is what's been holding me back.
Okay. And do you feel a resistance to moving through this still? Doshohi.
Like I don't know where to start.
Okay. Is there anything that's coming up in the body or in the mind that you're like, well, if I go through this, what does this mean in terms of?
Yeah. Like I feel my mind's connected now and it's more focused on finding what's in this gate.
Okay, good. No shokoya. So let's drop out Oshashiki Ataya because I feel so much nausea, so much sickness in the belly. It's like this brown energy now that it's like, oh, we've got to drop this baggage. Okohoshoya. Dropping all of the old templates. Good. And even if we were to say, okay, I'm concerned about the twin and what this means in terms of that union, no hokoshoya, that we can just start to suspend otoshoshi, our worries, otohoshaya, because we know we are held through the light, and whatever comes through the light is always for our highest and greatest good. It is always in accordance with our plan, no koshoshikia. So it is never something that is beyond what we have asked for, doshoshi, or beyond what our soul intended when we came, doshoshiki achoya. And to know that maybe even along the way we picked up, and we know we have, right, this misinformation, doshoshiki achoya. So it's, yes, even though we have this fear of leaving behind perhaps what we have experienced and what we have been through, shukohoya, in order to move forward, doshoshi, we have to continually drop out. We have to have faith in the light and in our journey and what we are doing here. No kohoshoya. This was always the plan to continue to progress forward. Doshoshi kiyachoya. And at some stages, it's more difficult than others. But Loshashiki, we know we've done this before in the past, and we've always been okay, and we've always been met with exactly what we require and what we desire. No, even though at the time we didn't know it. No, shoshokoya. Good. Very good. Very good. No, shokoya. Good. No, shokoya. And how are you feeling here?
Relieved.
Okay. And
like I released
mm-hmm. You did. Do you
what
feel?
was, I don't like what was, like I feel like I took all this strength. Now I have to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to move on to something else.
Yes. And that is part of it too. It's like we put all this effort. How can we just drop all of this now?
Like I have to start fresh.
Mm-hmm. Building the correlation through the body, through the light form, through the field. Very good. Okay, good. Oshohoya. Coming in through the gold and in through the yellow. Koshona akai. And tell me when you feel that you've moved through this gate, through this passage.
I don't know, but I just feel a sense of relief. Like
Okay.
I just want to lay here and feel
Okay.
this
So
relief.
you're on the other side already. That's good. Good, good. Okay. Good. And that's perfectly exactly because the body is continuing to drop, right? So as the light field does this, let's just come in to assist directly into the body. And it is as if you lie down upon this tablet, this transference. We call it a transference plane, and yet it's like, well, it's coming directly into the body anyway. So it's a bit of a misnomer, but lokoshoshi. Just allowing. Good. Opening through the heart. You may even start to feel a lot of grief as this continues to release. As the light comes in to merge through the pink, through the yellow. Good. Oto chana katai choya ka anoya. Akochana akachi shihokoya. Source light merge. Doshoya ka achoya. Clearing through the base tones. As we actually drop out these base tones to come into reformulation through the field. Good. No koshaya. Na koshaya. Na koshaya. Continuing to release through the belly, through the womb, releasing out through the nausea. No koya. Good, good. Oshoko. Tuning now. We start to see the aqua coming in. Doshona ai koya. We tune to the horizon gates. How are you feeling here?
Good. Relax.
Good. No koshoya. Good. Let's open, please, for the next sequence through the field. Okay, what are you starting to experience here?
I'm still feeling the relief.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like what's going to come up now?
Right. Toshoshiki anoya. And what are you thinking about? What's coming up now?
I don't know. I can't see nothing.
Okay, but into your heart, how are you feeling and experiencing this?
Good. I just had to keep telling myself to seal this feeling, to seal it up, because it's so peaceful.
Loshoshiki anohoya. Good. And how are we feeling about the other Loshoshi, the twin energy at this point? No koshoya.
I don't care about him right now.
Good. No
I care about me.
Good. Loshoshiki achoya. And it's as if what we start to see coming forward through the shoshi, well, we call it future timelines, right? But it's just calling in these future instances into the now. Gochana hokoshoshi. So I just want you to get a sense of this energy, though, because when you go back to your daily life, otohushoya, you will be met, right, with all of these tasks that you need to move through, doshoshi, that are required of you, doshoshi now within your light form. So as we start to feel the divine masculine energy, which is coming forward through the future, that you are met, and it's not that we want you to even say, let's merge, let's do something with this, but to have the sense of the difference. Do you feel the difference in that energy?
Yeah, I feel like I don't want him and his negativity around me right now.
So the energy that's presenting is totally of the light. It's a total shift of what you know in the physical.
I feel like something's happened to where I don't need.
Good. Perfect. So to connect into that energy and to know that if you come in, if you feel that through the physical, that you're even able to say, well, that's not even a right order. That's not even of source. I don't even know
Mm-hmm.
what this is. Good. Perfect. Okay, good. So good. Coming into your alignment. Good. In through your union. Doshono Okoya. Perfect source union. Into the field. Oshokoya chai kochai. We're just going to start to build now. Good. Through the physical, through the dimensional planes. Otoshoya. Continuing to release out. So anywhere, you don't even have to go into this confusion through the mind. This is all just dropping out. No koshoshiki achaya. Doshashiki achaya. So if we can even just recap and say, as you were wondering, what am I going to find? What do I need to see through this gate? Doshahukaya. And what is it that you feel that you found through here?
I don't know. I feel a sense of relief, like I know how to manage the things I was feeling.
Mm-hmm. As if we could even
Like
say,
I feel like if I go back to my heart and recalibrate what I'm feeling, I don't know. I feel like I've been taught how to deal with my issues too.
yeah, we
It's
could
just a
even
relief, a
say,
relieving feeling.
yeah, that you've come into yourself. It's almost like you walked into yourself, right? Into your pure
Mhm.
light. And it's
Mhm.
like all these connections were made now, and you're like, oh my God. So in the past, right, all these places where we were like, I feel it, I can't connect in, I don't know, doshoshi. It was there all along. The connections just had to be made, right? You just had to
Mhm.
walk through these gates, which we're not saying this is easy. Obviously, you know how much work you've been through, right, in
Mhm.
order to do this. Good.
But I feel like it was this simple and I've been struggling this
But
whole
that's,
time.
and to know, right? So when we go out and we look at when people say, well, it's really easy, you just allow. Well, that's true. And yet, in
Mhm.
order to get to this gate, to get to this point, how hard did you have to work, right?
Mhm.
So, yes, it is that simple. And yes, it also is not. It's a great paradox. But when we do the work, we do the footwork, right? We are met with the light. Good. Good. Let's just open now through the mind. Okay, good. How do you feel now about going into the mind?
Better. I feel stronger.
Yeah, it just totally opened up. Shana akashishi kiachoya chai na hokoya.
Like a light flipped down.
Yep, totally. It's just lighting up, connecting into your channels. Your channels open up. You connect into this array. Good. Let's find through here. Through the star mapping. Good. Nai kochoya. I almost start to feel the shoshiki. I know you had connections with the Arcturian energy, but I almost start to feel here this is like Palladian energy. Ko oshoya. So let's just clear, as we know, there's so much distortion through the council. So let's just clear. Dosho, we are connecting into the pure light, original Koshoshikia, council light, Loshoshi, through the ancestral ranges. Good. Of course, just building through the heart. Good. This is coming actually into the back of the head. So also into clear through the lower mind, Oshokoya, those domains, into the spinal column. Good. Anokochaya. So just opening to release any residual energies of hybridization, Doshokoya of form, as we come into new light form being through the eternal orders of the Emerald Gates. Perfect. Odoshokoya. Good. Anokoshaya. And how are you feeling here?
Good.
Good. Okay, we would just like to place Otoshoshikia Choya. This awareness through the heart, Doshokoya. Let's come back to the human, back to the body. Making sure all these connections have been made. Good. Very good. No shoshokoya chaya. And it is as if we could say, Lo shoshi, the energy of the divine masculine holds these, again, these markers of these gates. So it's as if they bridge through the field to show where you need to get to, Loshoshi, to call you into these places, Otohoshi, because I see them as standing as these pillars that they hold through the gate structure. Nokoshoshi.
That's what I keep seeing, these
Do,
big
do you
pillars,
see?
and
Okay.
that's behind that is the gate. That's what
Yeah.
the answer is.
And
Behind
that's
that
also where
pole.
the divine masculine is standing.
Yep.
He's like within that pillar. So if we could
I
even,
feel like he is my guidance.
yeah. Okay.
Like
So
he's the one pushing me to
beautiful. Dasha.
open up and
Good. Yes, because earlier you were good. So it's just again doing this reconnaissance through the field of like, oh my God, yeah, the horror we experience through this twin flame journey, and the human is just totally like not
I
getting it.
know.
But right, so now you're seeing where they stand within the pillars of these gates to call us to the gates to receive through the alignments. Perfect. Goshuna. Okay, good. So how do you feel in your belly now?
Good.
Yeah, doshoshi. That's
I feel total relief. Like I don't know.
yeah. It's yes.
There's no anxiety, no nausea. It's peaceful.
Good. Doshoshiki chaya. Doshoshiki chiacho honoya. Good. Just continuing to release out any impingement through the divine feminine, because I feel her like almost fighting, like, but, it's going to go away, but it's going to, no, you're good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's here. Doshoshiki hachaya. Let's continue to release out and drop. Good. It said, I see the black and the white components now, because it's as if we look at the divine masculine through this white light. He holds the correction, the correct gate alignment, right? And then we see through the divine feminine this black gate that she holds the distortion. As if she says, okay, this is what is wrong, and now I need to find the correct alignment. And so what calls her to that correct alignment would be the divine masculine. So does that start to make sense to you now? This whole like, what in the world was this all about? Okay.
See, but deep down I knew that's what it was.
Right.
But the 3D bullshit,
Right. But we were
it just
we were veiled and there was
wrecks
no
it.
clarity. And to say that, look, you would not have gone into the darkness in the way that you had if you were like, yeah, but I know the light's over here. Like that doesn't even, why would you even go towards that darkness? Why would you even go to try and resolve if you knew, right? So that's why we have the unknowing within the field, because we have to go into those places. And because we're like, the seeking and the searching, right, is what causes us to move into and through the distortion to release it out, to be called back to the proper gate. So without that unknowing, we would never have been able to accomplish this either. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we see these binary tones through the field. Actually, that there was a purpose. Now, were they distorted beyond what they were meant to be? Yes, of course. And that's where we see so much of this other garbage that threw us off and threw us into even deeper confusion, right? So that's not to say that there wasn't other things that were there. But now you've got it. Perfect. Okay, good. So Doshoshi. Okay. So let's just come into the pillar gates now. Goshoshoya. Goshoshoya acha hashokoya. Doshoshi. To release out. Doshoshiki oshoya through the form. So if we could even say this was part of the mission, and now we update through mission, that you are able to release out of any templates that you are no longer required to hold on the okoshaya. Good. Achono oshoyi kachaya. Knowing that nothing occurs that is not within your field design, right? So we're just following the blueprints, we're following the design of your field. Otoshohokochaya. That you are in charge. Otohosho. Your field is in charge in accordance with your blueprint. Good. Okay, so I'm just going to start to step back and seal out here. Through the sanctity of the light, through source light, sealing through the emerald order of eternal light being. Good. Shono oko ochaya. Good. Naro chono okoshaya. Pulling this through and into the embodiment, into the earth field planes. Good. Shono koshashikiachaya. Goshashikiachaya. And we just have the ancestors starting to present through the earth planes as well. So you may start to feel these connections. Otoshoya. Shono okoya. Through your channels. Otoshoya na ikichoya. Okay, how are you doing?
Good.
Yay.
Good.
I
Thank you
can't stop
so
smiling.
much.
I'm so excited. You're so
I can't
welcome.
stop smiling. I
Good.
keep laying here smiling and keep saying, thank you, Paige. Thank you, Paige.
Oh, you're
Thank
so
you,
welcome.
Paige.
No, I'm really, I was not expecting that, but that is really just pure awesomeness because to be able to drop out of that distortion, right? And oh my God,
Yes.
what in the world? So this is really magnificent. So yes, thank you
This
so much.
this was amazing.